Hello, Rosia. Good evening.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, how are you? How was your day?
It's, it was fine. And you? How
Was
was your
fine.
day?
Okay. Oh, that was good. A little bit tired, but well, good.
Okay. But it's well, I don't know. Tomorrow is Friday, so
Yes, that's true. At least it's almost the end of the week. Yeah. Okay, good. So, well, yesterday we finished with would like, right? The expression would you mind, sorry. Would you mind and would you mind if? So for today class, we're going to have a new topic, okay? So let's see what we have for today. Can you see the screen? Sorry.
yes, I can see.
Okay. Good. So, well, we're going to start with these expressions that could be useful in a lot of situations. So I want to share this with you. So tell me, do you know what is a phrasal verb?
I only remember uh the topic, the name of the topic. Yes, I only remember that.
Okay. So the phrasal verbs are expressions you can use to describe some actions. Some we can say it's some specific actions. Okay. So let's see some of them. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let's see. There is a list of phrasal verbs that we can use. Okay, so what about this? Have you ever
But
listened back up?
yes, is when you doing a copy of something.
Okay. Did you have a copy about something? Okay. Yes, that is a backup. But we can also use it in another situation. For example, this. To make a copy of data is a backup. Okay. To support in a conflict, it's a backup. Like they arrive to back up their partners. So to give support, it's backup too. And also this one, to reverse in direction is backup. To like return, we can say that it's backup. She back up the car to park. Okay, so three situations when you can use it. And well, the way to understand the meaning is according to the context that you are using it, right? Okay. Now what about code on? When we can use it to code on.
No, I don't know.
No, that is new?
No, that is new for me.
Okay. To count on is to depend on or to trust someone to do something. Count on. Have you ever listened a song by Bruno Mars that it calls Count on Me? I think it's the name of the song. Let's see. Count on Me. Yes, is this song? No? No.
No.
Okay. So that's it. Well, the song talk about friendship. So he's saying to his friends that you can count on me. Okay, so that is the song about. And he's saying you can trust on me. It's the same. To count on me is like if I say trust on me or trust on someone. Okay, so that is count on. So like in these examples, the acrobat counts her partner to catch her every day or she will fall. Okay. Now, what about this? To dress up. You're mute.
I okay. I sorry. Is it, but when you put on the clothes
When you put clothes
on you,
on, yes, that is to put on, dress up, to put clothes on. To wear a costume is to dress up. We can say it. or to wear more formal clothes. That would be to dress up. Like the kids all dress up for Halloween, and the boy got dressed up for the wedding. Okay, so that is to dress up. Find out. What will be find out?
Sorry, I was in That's not happen a lot in my meetings.
I
Yes.
think we have a combination of some. Let's see. I think it's no, it's not. I remember with meat. If you press Control and D, I think you turn on and turn off the mic. But I'm not sure because here it doesn't function with Control D.
In my case, it's because I have doubts, so I'm
Uh,
scared sometimes because I am in a meeting with a client, with my coworkers, and my dogs are sometimes doing a lot of
uh,
noise. So I sometimes I have a lot of scary because I feel that I love scary.
So you feel scared to
Yes,
if they listen the noise.
yes, because they
They
are.
bark. Ladrar? Ladrar? It's
Yes,
bark.
bark. They
Bark.
bark a lot.
Okay, yes. Yes, that happens. It's common with dogs. So I understand you have to be turn off, turn on, turn off the mic. Yes. Okay, so to find out, that was to discover a fact or piece of information. That is to find out. And also, let's see. Well, we had example. The couple were so happy when they found out that they were parents, pregnant. Sorry, pregnant. Well, they will be parents. So that is to find out, like to discover something. Okay, now what about give up?
Um, you leave something, or you leave a place. You get out a place or something like that, or you only leave.
To give up, it's when you leave, but because you don't want to continue trying. Doing something, or it's like you feel so disappointed and you cannot continue with that. So it's like to stop trying to do something. That would be give up.
Like surrender.
Similar to that, exactly. Like this before you have finished, like I can't anymore with this situation or with this activity, I give up. Okay, because it's too much for me, it's too complicated, any situation, but that is to give up. So in this case, the runner gave up halfway through the race because he was tired. So he gave up. He couldn't more to give more about him. And something that is common with phrasal verbs is that you can conjugate it in the different tenses. So you can use them in present, you can use them in past, and also in future because they are verbs with a complement, right? That could be a preposition, a conjunction, an adjective, whatever. So you can conjugate the verb like give, gave up, or you can say will give up. I will give up.
And if I talk in past, the verb don't change.
Yes, you have to use it in past. In this case, it's in past. Gave up.
Okay.
Because in present is give, but in past is gave up, right? And if you want to use it in future, because you have the auxiliary, you say will, and then the base part, so that would be give another, one more time. Give, I will give up.
Okay.
Okay. But this expression specifically is not common to use it in future, right? Because it's more in past or in present that you give up because you can. Because if you say I will give up, and this situation is just you haven't tried it, so how do you know that you will give up, right? So it doesn't make sense if we use it in future with this one. But the rest, some of them, yes, we can. Okay, what about this? Look after.
And I don't know. Because for me is when you see something.
Later.
Yes.
Okay, yes, but no, that's not the meaning. Look after, that will be this. To take care of someone or something. Look after. Like the babysitter, look after the kid when her parents are away. So that is look after, to take care of something or someone. Hmm? Okay, good. So because yes, it is like look later, but no, that happened with most of the phrasal verbs that they seems to have one meaning if you translate it separately. But if you translate it together, the two words, no, it's something that nothing related with expression. For example, another example is under, like the preposition under, the weather. What do you think is that one? Under the weather. Under the weather.
I don't know.
No? Okay, so under the weather is when you have a bad day and you don't feel good. Okay, so because you feel sick. When you don't have a good day or when you feel sick, that is under the weather. Someone is not feeling well or that someone is feeling ill. So that is the meaning of under the weather. Hmm? It's
So you
like if
can
you,
so sorry. Oh, you can see this day I feel under the weather.
you can use it like that. Or you can say today I am under the weather. Hmm? Or I feel a little under the weather. He was a little under the weather. Or Mary was or Mary is, that is in present. Yes, you can use feel because it's an emotion. You can use in the verb to be. Feel and to be. It's a one, the two verbs that we can use. Okay, and that is another expression that it doesn't have sense if you translate it there. Okay, what about this? Look like.
Uh, it's like for me when you I don't know shine or
Shine and
shine in some occasion or something like that.
oh, look like. No. That is another that we can use. But in this case, look like is to be similar. Okay, to be similar about, you're talking about the appearance or to resemble something. For example, these two girls, they are, I don't know, I forgot the name, but it's Reese. I don't remember the name for this actress, but the blonde, pink blondie is her daughter. So we can say her daughter look like her mother. Okay, or she looked like her mother because they are so similar, right? So that would be look like. Oh, well, we have the example. The daughter really looks like her mother. In this, another rule that we have to respect with phrasal verbs is the rules according to the tense that we are using. This sentence is in simple present. So if you talk in simple present about the third person, we add S, right? So it's not only look like, it will be looks like.
And you can use this expression with things.
Yes. You can say, that cell phone looks like mine.
Okay.
Yes, you can use it. Now, what about make fun of? What's the meaning? What would you
When you don't enjoy
when you're
the
enjoying?
when you don't enjoy the situation.
Oh, make fun of when you don't enjoy. Well, one of the person involved is not enjoying the situation, but how else we can explain that? To make fun of. Yeah.
When you laugh
Uh-huh.
something some situation or someone.
Exactly. That is to make fun of. Uh-huh. But it's, well, you say when you don't enjoy, for one of them it's not enjoyable, right? For the person that it's being bothered by someone. Yes, because to make fun of is to laugh at or joke about someone in an unkind way. So it's not something good, right? So the base, we have the example. The boys made fun of Billy in the cafeteria because of his haircuts, right? So it's not enjoyable. They are making fun of, but the guy with the haircut is not enjoying that situation, right? Okay, so that is make fun of. One more to put on.
When you when you put on uh, I don't know. When you put on your clothes or when you dress,
Uh-huh. Yes.
takes you take the clothes and you put on in you that clothes.
Uh-huh. Yes, exactly. It's basically to put something, any, in our body. Yes, that is to put on. To put on, we can use it to dress yourself or someone in clothing, like a baby could be. I put on the clothes to my baby, we can say. Or like shoes, shirts, and so on. She helped the girl to put on her shoes. Yes. To put on glasses. Also, you can use to put on makeup. Put on makeup, you can use it too. And well, the synonym that we can use to put on, well, would be to dress. Dress up is another expression that we can use. And to wear clothes. Wear. Okay, so yes, that is put on. Now, what about run out of? Run out of. What could be?
Uh, I don't know, run or escape.
Run out, to escape.
I don't know, escape of a place.
Oh,
Um,
it's
yes.
when something has a few like few
Uh-huh.
a few quantity of something. Let's
Exact.
imagine that we have a glass of water.
Uh-huh.
There's
You,
like in somehow let's imagine the glass has a hole and in the water is falling out of the you. So in that case, you are running out of water because
mhm,
it's
yes.
out from the glass, something like that.
Uh-huh. That would be run off. Uh-huh. It's not like to escape, it's related to, but it's more like less examples. Exactly. Run off is when to use, well, to use something completely so that nothing is left. Like in example of the water, if you have a hole, right, and the water, it's running off of that hole, okay? So at the end, you're not going to have any water, right? So that is run off. He ran out of gas and had to call for help. So in this case, is well, in past, right? Run out of in the expression. The only that will change is the verb. Run, of course. Present, past. And also in future, right? Will run out. Yes.
People use it with ideas too, like you are brainstorming in a meeting or in a session, and then after a while you run out of ideas because you don't have more ideas.
When you don't have more ideas, it's like I cannot think about another one, so I run off my ideas. Yes, exactly. That's another moment, but you can just run out. Yes, very good. Now, what about this? True up. What could be? True up.
I don't know if I'm confused, but I think that is when you are sick of the stomach. Or yeah. Or
Yes.
you're kind of drunk, you're very drunk, and at the end you throw up.
The hangover, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that is true up. True up, sorry. Yes, when you are vomiting. Food and drink comes back up from your stomach and out of your mouth, of course. So she fell sick and threw up in the toilet. So true because it's in past, but threw up, throw up, right? Present past. Okay, yes, when you feel sick. Very good. What about this? Watch out. Watch out.
Is well, I don't remember what that, but is when people told you don't do it this or just do it that. I don't know what is the name of that. Is an advice?
Is an advice exactly to be careful, right?
Yes. To be careful.
To be careful, exactly. Watch out. It's like used to warn, like it's just like an advice, like to warn someone of danger or likely accident. So watch out for forklift. Design warn people to watch out for forklift. Yes. So it's like to be careful. Another expression that it's common to with natives is to say duck, like the animal. Hey, duck, is the same like saying watch out. So you can use both watch out or saying hey, duck, okay? So we can use both. Okay, guys, so we have those expressions: throw up, run out of, put on, make fun of, look like, look after, that is to take care, give up when you can't anymore, find out, dress up, coat on, that is like to trust in someone, and back up. Okay, so remember they are phrasal verbs, okay, because they represent actions. When we have this type that I show you, like under the weather, they are not phrasal verbs, they are idioms. What is the difference between a phrasal verb and an idiom? That when you have a phrasal verb, it represents an action, okay? So it's a verb with something else, but it's directly that activity. It's like, it is what it is. So you say back up, it is like to make a copy of data, to support in a conflict, or to reverse in direction, but it is what it is. It's not a figurative meaning. But with idioms, they are figurative meanings. You can have verbs inside of the idiom. Of course, you can have it like, well, in this one, you don't have because it's under the weather. It's just a noun with a preposition, right? Under the weather. but it's a figurative meaning, under the weather. So it's not an action, right? It represents something. Another could be like, have you ever listened cutting corners? This expression? Cutting corners? Cutting corners? No? It's
Yes.
new? Yes? When we use it, Liz? When?
When in español will be like atajos, but yeah, when you take a short way to do something, a shortest way, but it's not like the like the most common way to do things, but you take a shortcut to accomplish that action.
But it's in a bad way. When you try to do it something faster, by two reasons. You want to do it faster, of course, or you want to save money. Save time or save money. But it's like it's not completed. You could have been doing better. So that is cutting corners. Like, I see that this project is it's not complete. So maybe they were cutting corners here. That expression that could be used. Because it's the meaning. To cut corners, this means to do something quickly to save time or money or both, right? Like in the example that we have, it would have been better, but he had to cut a few corners. Okay, so it's in a cheaply or badly way. Okay.
Okay.
So, yes, good. So this is another expression. Tell me, is a phrasal verb or is an idiom?
It's an idiom.
It's an idiom, exactly, because it has a figurative meaning. It's not like directly to cut a corner, because how, right? It doesn't make sense. So yes, it's a figurative meaning. So it's an idiom. That is the difference. Phrasal verbs, direct actions, okay? It is what it is, and it doesn't have nothing figurative. But with idioms, yes, it's a figurative meaning. Okay. And the example that I give you with duck, to saying duck, that is an idiom. But if you say watch out, it's a phrasal word. Okay? Because why? Because duck, if you say duck, it's like the similar when you say, so you know the animal, okay? When they are swimming, they usually put like, or this with their head, right? So it's like to, hey, be careful, okay? To go down. So you say duck. That is a figurative meaning. Okay, so that is an idiom. It's not a verb. It's not a phrasal verb. Okay, guys. So, well, for today class, we have, that was like, I wanted to show you those expressions because they are so useful in an advanced level. And I know that when you finish this, you go to advanced. So they will help you. Will be helpful for you. And also when you have a certain level of English, it's better to start to introduce this type of expressions because they give you fluency and also, well, to develop more, right? The expressions that you have. So for today class, we're going to start with reporter speech. Have you ever listened what is reporter speech, or have you ever used reporter speech? Tell me. Luis, do you know what is reporter speech?
No.
No, it's new.
I think I saw it in the yes, in the portal. Is when you when you are talking about something that someone tells to you, something that you hear from another person.
Yes.
something like that.
Yes, exactly. It's that one. When you want to repeat. Like some expressions, something that someone else tell you or tell to someone else. That is reporter speech. So with this one, it's not complicated if you are clear with all the grammatical tense. So we're going to try to make a review because the structure is not complicated. It's just to memorize what is the change. Because if I say something in simple present, if you give the reporter speech, you don't use simple present, you use simple past. And so that's how you change or you switch between both, right? In all the grammatical tenses that we have to change. Okay, we don't use the same. So let's see the rules that we have using indirect speech. It has two names, reporter speech or indirect speech. Okay, let's see. Indirect speech. Okay, Rocio, help me to read. You're mute.
Indirect
Oh,
speech
yes.
is used to tell us what someone said without using their exact words. It can be called reported speech and indirect speech.
That would be indirect.
Indirect.
Yes, indirect speech. Yes. Okay, guys. So could be called in these two ways: reporter speech or indirect speech. Yes. Okay. So Liz, help me with this example.
You can have 3 wishes, Sam. The genie said.
The genie. Yes, the genie said. Okay. So in this example, these are the actual words that the genie said. We can identify them by the speech marks, like, okay, the quotes surrounding them. Okay, you can have 3 wishes, Sam, the genie said. In this case, well, that would be an example of reporter speech. How will we change? Okay, this is an example of direct speech, okay, because I am saying exactly what the person said. In this case, the genie. Because the character is speaking directly to someone, okay? In this case, the genie is speaking directly to some. You can have 3 wishes, Sam, and I just repeat it. But the genie said that I could have 3 wishes. In this case, it's not the genie anymore saying that, right? It's Sam repeating what the genie said. Say that I could have 3 wishes. Why? The passive can is cool when you talk about possibilities, right? I can sing, and in the past is I could sing. So we use like the previous or the past of that expression. You can have, it transform, I could have. Okay, so that's how you say the reporter speech. That's why the rules say that you don't use exactly the same words. So you try to change that. Because at the beginning that you read the first one without using their exact words, because you have to adapt to the rule. Without losing sense, right? Without losing sense. Okay, so this is an example of indirect speech. Why? Because the character is telling us what someone said to him without using the actual words, okay? So there are no speech marks, the quotes. It's not because you are repeating, right? Now let's see. Rocio, help me to read this.
I have finally located the
Dinosaur
dinosaur footprint.
footprint. Yes. Announce Laura. So in this case, is direct or is a reporter speech?
Direct.
It's direct speech, exactly. It's direct speech. These are words actually spoken by Laura. so we can see the speech marks, the quotes. So around the words is direct speech, as you say. But what about these? Luis, help me to read.
Laura announced that she had finally located the dinosaur footprint.
And this is which one? Reporter or direct?
Reporter.
It's reporter. Yes, exactly. When we use indirect speech or reporter speech, that is the same, the word that is often used to describe what she said. We can use it or we can omit it, right? Because it's like the one that you call in Spanish una muletilla. Okay, so we can use it, but if you don't like it or you don't prefer to use it, you only say Laura announced she has finally located the dinosaur footprints, and you eliminate that. Okay, so it's just like to help us, but we cannot use it. And as you say, it's reporter because there are no speech marks are used. We are being told what Laura said, but not with the exact word she used. So if you remember the previous, located. I have finally located. So which grammatical tense is that one? I have located.
Present perfect.
It's present perfect. Okay. So it means that you change in this one. This is present perfect. She has finally located or not? Is present perfect? Or
Oh,
is?
no, is past.
It's past. Exact. Past.
Uh,
Which past?
simple past.
Simple past.
Had finally located. But I have had. The simple past.
Is past perfect.
It's past perfect. Because had finally, that is the adverb of frequency. No, it's adverb of time. And you have located. Verb in past participle. But it is regular, so that's why it's finished ed, but it's past participle. Because you have had. So it's past perfect. She had finally located. So it's like to use the previous or the past of the expression that the person in the direct speech used to keep the report. Okay, let's see. And that was an example of indirect reporter, indirect speech or reporter speech that is exactly the same. Okay, so let me tell you. In this class, we're going to focus on reporter speech. Well, we're going to divide it because this class, tomorrow, and Monday class is about reporter speech because the topic, it's long, but because I want to show you how to use in all the grammatical tense that we have in English, okay? So, the reporter speech in simple present. How do we use it? Just like a quick review about the rules in simple present. Let's see. Can you tell me the auxiliaries in simple present? What is the auxiliary in simple present?
Yeah, I would see.
The auxiliaries.
Mhm.
Because remember, you have positive sentence, negative, and questions. All the time in negative and in questions, we use the auxiliary. Which one?
In simple present, are or
Isn't, aren't.
No, but that is verb to be.
Oh.
It's verb to be. No. Okay.
And
It's
doesn't.
not and doesn't. Yes, exactly. Okay, it's valid, guys. Why? Because remember that when you stutter, we focus verb to be, simple present, and simple present tense, right? So in verb to be, we don't use auxiliary because you say, I am at home. And if it's negative, I am not at home, right? You only add not. Why? Because verb to be is like a special verb, so you don't need an auxiliary. But with the rest of verbs, we need it. Like watch, speak, need, like, all of them, we have to use auxiliary. And the same happened with questions, because with questions with verb to be, is she your coworker? So you only add is, right, at the beginning of the question. And that's everything that we have to do. But in simple present, remember that in affirmatives, we don't use auxiliaries, right? You only say, I speak English, or they live in London. The rule that you don't have to forget about this is the third rule person. When you add S, right, at the end of the verb. He speaks Spanish, or she lives in Paris, or it, we can say, sleeps all the afternoon in the kitchen, like if you're talking about a dog. So in affirmative way, you only have the subject, the verb, and the complement. And the third rule person, that is, you add S at the end of the verb. In negatives, if I ask you the auxiliary verb in simple present is do and does, right? In negative, you know that you put not, like don't or doesn't. So you use the subject, auxiliary, and the verb. I don't speak Spanish, and she doesn't speak Italian. You don't have to add S. Why we don't have to add S, guys? Why it's not speaks, it's a speak? Why?
Because the auxiliary has it in negative.
Because we have an auxiliary. And when we have auxiliary verbs, the next verb immediately, the auxiliary should be in base verb. So we cannot say doesn't speaking, doesn't spoke. No, it's not possible. Doesn't do speak, never. And neither speaks with S, right? So no, it's just the base verb. Speak, need, like, talk, walk. She doesn't speak Italian, even though you're talking about the third person, he, she, and it. And well, with the questions, you just do at the beginning, then the subject, and then the verb. Do you speak English, or does he speak German, or does she speak German, right? Another, one more time, without S, because you have the auxiliary. Yes, exactly. Because you have the auxiliary. So what happened with the reporter speech when you talk about simple present? So you say the expression, for example, Rocio, imagine that you say, he said, I like her. Okay. If you give the report, like to give the reporter speech, you're going to use it in simple past. If you have simple present, you use simple past to give the reporter speech. Like he said, he liked her. Okay, it's in past. You can use that, or you can omit it, like I said it before. He said that he liked her, or he said he liked her. Okay, so there's no problem, we can eliminate. So another example, he said, I am happy. So when you give the reporter a speech, you say, he said that he was happy. In this case, said, because it's past. He said, sorry, I say, like in person. It's in past. He said, I'm happy. He said that he was happy. Okay. In this case, you have to be careful, because if you have verb to be, we don't use another one, right? So you use was or will, depend, right? Because if you are happy, is was or where in the past? How?
Was.
You was?
No, I wear.
You wear it. You use wear.
Yes.
You use wear. Okay, guys. So tell me, according to the simple past, what is the auxiliary verb? Let's see the review about the rules in simple past. What is the auxiliary verb in simple past?
Was and were.
Okay, with verb to be is was and were. Okay. But with
Did and I don't remember. I only remember did.
did, it's just did.
Ah,
Just did.
did. Okay.
Just did. Yes, exactly. Okay, that was good. Why? Because you have to, let's see, where is the simple past? Where we have it? It's in the unit 5, I think. Yes, it's just this. In simple past, it's just this, the auxiliary. When you have the verb to be, it's when you use was and were, right? Yes, but in this case, when simple past, the rules in simple past, if you have verb to be, I am happy or you are happy, we have to use in past, right? He was happy or they, well, you can say she. No, in this case, it's not you. Okay, let me show you the example. Because he is happy, right? So in the reporter speech, you say he was happy, right? But if you have you are happy, how is in the reporter speech?
I was happy.
I was happy.
Yes, because he was telling me to me that I was happy.
Yes, exactly. So it's not you, right? We don't use you again because it's saying to you. So it's another point that we have to be careful. But with that one, if you have verb to be, is, or are, we use was and were, right? That is an exception. With the personal pronoun I, is the only one that you can use was and were at the same time. So it is up to you. You can say I was and I were. It's valid to use both. It's common to say I was, but you can say were too. Okay, but in simple past, the auxiliary, you remember, Rocio, is just one. In simple past, we don't have two. We only have one, that is did. In simple present is when you have two because you separate do and does. But in simple past is did, and with all of them. Okay, so another, let's see, important thing about simple past. The verbs. We have two categories of verbs. Which one? In past. Two categories. How will be? Regular and
and regular verbs.
You have regular and irregular verbs. Yes. What happened with regulars?
Finishing ed, I think.
It's the group that finish in ed. Yes. But remember that we do not pronounce the ed, right? We studied that we have three sounds. ID, like wanted. T sound, like talked. And D sound, like helped. Well, that would be, yes, the T sound, like here we have it. Helped is T. Called is with D. Called, helped, wanted. So it never, the pronunciation never is ED. No. That would be ID, T, or D, but it's not ED. Okay, and what happened with irregular verbs?
Change a verb the most of times.
Yes, exactly. The feature about irregular verbs is that the base form change, right? We can change a vowel, we can change completely the verb, like be, was, and where. They look like completely different words. Become, became, begin, began, right? So they change just one word. But yes, irregular, that is the category. When the base of the word change, it doesn't respect. You don't add something, you change the word. Okay, what else about? Okay, what happened when I use the auxiliary in negative and questions? How should I put the verb? How should I use it? In past?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Okay, when we have a negative sentence in simple past, you have subject, auxiliary, and verb, and the complement, right? So how do we have to use the verb? She, you have the auxiliary, she didn't. Is that correct?
No, the verb is in base form.
She didn't talk to me. Okay, yes, it must be in base form. Why?
Because did is the auxiliary in past.
Yes, because did is the auxiliary in past. In this case, it's in past and it's negative, right? It's both linked together. But yes, exactly. You have did, and that is in well, it's the auxiliary that is representing the past. So if you add the verb in past, right, it's like 2 times the same. So you are repeating. So it's not possible. All the time should be in simple. Well, you can say it in base form. I will say it in simple present, but well, it's the same. In base form, main verb, or you can say infinitive. Infinitive without to. And the same when you ask a question. Did you help me with the homework? You can say it with the homework. That is to abbreviate. Did you help me with the homework? It's not possible, right? So that would be helped again. Did you help me with the homework? Right? Because one more time we have the auxiliary, so you cannot use in simple past. Okay, that was a quick review about simple present and simple past because we're going to be using both structures to this grammatical topic that is the reporter speech, because you have to be, you know, the rules and simple present and simple past. Just was to review and to be clear with the rules, right? So every single time that someone said something in simple present, the reporter speech must be in simple past. Like, I am happy. He said that he was happy. Okay? And what about if someone said, Maria buy a wallet to her? I was thinking about boyfriend. Yes, it's her. To her boyfriend. Yes, good. Okay, one more if we have my father fixed the TV. In this case, it's fixes because it's third person.
The person said,
Oh, the person who said it. We can say Luis said.
yeah, he said that his father fixed the TV.
Fixed. The TV, exactly. So we use simple past. And remember, the reporter speech could be positive or it could be negative. For example, if we have Maria said, in this case, Susan isn't at home yet. What will be the reporter's speech?
There, Susan was not at home.
Was not at home. Yes. And we eliminate yet, right? Because that is talking about the moment. Okay, in this, we don't have expressions like place or time expressions. The only time expression that we have is yet. So perfect that you eliminated. Why? Because you have to change this group. The place, you have to change. Demonstrative, you have to change. And the time expressions too. We have to change. If we have in the direct speech to use it in the reporter speech, we have to, okay, to switch them a little bit. So that part, that would be that we are going to use, we're going to start tomorrow with this, sorry. That is when we use it. In the direct speech, in the reporter, we cannot say the same. Okay, if you say today, in the reporter, you say that day. Now it becomes then in the reporter and so on. So tomorrow I will bring you some example with this and I will give you this too. Okay, so that will be the continued. For tomorrow, place, demonstrative, and time expression. How they change. Okay, how they change when we are using it in, well, in the reporter. Okay, guys, so that was for today, class. Thanks for joining, and I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.
See you. Bye-bye.